guys, and welcome back to Belle's Books. I haven't uploaded in a little while, so I'm very sorry about that. I've also been a little bit busy. I've been working on my dissertation, I started a new internship, and I just kind of needed a little break. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and like this video. Thank you so much for watching, it means so much to me. So today I want to talk to you about being motivated to read, why you might not be motivated to read right now, why you might be struggling to concentrate on your reading, all that kind of stuff. Have you ever felt like you can't read? Maybe you used to love reading, you used to spend entire days curled up in the pages of a book. Or maybe you used to always read a little bit every single day, and now you just can't get into a reading routine. Maybe you were fine before isolation started, or maybe this has been a problem for a while and you're just beginning to realize it. Today I'm going to talk to you about two key things. Firstly, why you might be unable to focus on reading, and secondly, how you can get back into reading. Why might you be unable to focus on reading? There are a variety of reasons. The first one is unfortunately phones. Phones have genuinely decreased our attention span because they provide information in very short bursts, like TikTok for example, where viewers watch 15-second videos one after another, never concentrating on anything for very long. Another reason you might be unable to read could be a feeling of unproductivity. You might see reading consciously or subconsciously as self-indulgent and unproductive. This kind of feeling is usually brought on by a society that encourages busyness. Speaking of busyness, this is another reason you might be unable to focus on reading. The more that you have to do every single day, the less energy you have for reading, because it's a mentally stimulating task. If you have mentally strained days, you get burned out, and it's hard to relax with a book because it feels too difficult to concentrate on. The final reason that you might be unmotivated to read is stress or anxiety. This can sometimes be the most difficult reason to identify, because you might not even realize that you're stressed. When you're stressed, your attention span decreases, making reading more difficult. Stress might come from a variety of places, the obvious ones being a difficult work life or family life, exam seasons. The less obvious ones are big life changes, like moving house, going to university, or ending up in isolation because of a global pandemic. These are things which weigh on our life and completely affect the way we live, therefore causing stress, whether conscious or subconscious. So these are all the reasons you might be struggling to focus on reading right now. I think that sometimes when you're struggling with something, it can be unhelpful to acknowledge the reason why. It takes the blame off of who you are and makes you realize that it's not your fault, and it doesn't make you a bad person for struggling. How do you get back into reading if any of these things have affected your motivation? Know that this isn't abnormal, and you're not alone in this feeling. This is common, it's a phase of life, and you will leave this phase eventually. So here are some practical ways to kickstart the end of this unmotivated reading phase. Number 1, if you don't like the book, put it down and pick a new book. Don't get hung up on trying to read something just because you started it. That's not a good enough reason to put yourself through misery. Number 2, try to read in some format every single day, but just for a little bit. Make it a habit by associating it with something that you already do every single day. So for example, make it the thing that you do after you eat lunch, and just read for 10 minutes after lunch every day, or the thing that you do while you brush your teeth, and read for a couple of minutes instead of looking at yourself in the mirror. Number 3, read an easy book. Don't keep slogging away at something highbrow just for the sake of it. Switch back to the romance author you know you love, or the fantasy book you've been dying to read but haven't been able to because you've been slogging your way through War and Peace for the last year. Number 4, make a conscious effort to read slower. Don't speed read because you feel like there's pressure to finish the book as quickly as possible. Focus on enjoying the story and don't worry about moving quickly through it. You can do this by using your finger guiding you as you read, or just making sure that you really understand and you're focusing on every single word rather than just skim reading pages. This will help you remember what's going on in the story and make you more invested in the book and more likely to want to come back and keep on reading it. Number 5, reread a book that you know you love. Knowing the story already might help you pick up a reading flow and encourage your reading habits. Number 6, read in different format. Listen to an audiobook, for example. Reading is still reading if you're listening to it, and an audiobook can help you focus because you can do something else with your hands while your mind is occupied. For example, try doing a craft, knitting, crochet, painting while you listen to an audiobook, or listen to the audiobook while you drive to the supermarket, or go for a walk, or even while you load the dishwasher. This circles back to my suggestion that you make it a habit. Associate your reading time with something that you already have to do every day or every week. Number 7, read short stories or poetry for your shortened attention span. The climax of the story will arrive faster than in a novel, and your brain will be more instantly gratified while getting you used to reading regularly again. I hope this video has given you some suggestions to help combat your lack of focus. The important thing to remember is that this is normal and you will get past it. You're not a bad person for being unable to focus on a book right now. Don't stress yourself out, just try different techniques to read more and don't give up. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and make sure you leave any suggestions for more videos in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!